Okay. If it is bank reconciliation we are dealing with, that is cash office. And I've explained what cash office is. I've explained the functions of cash office. I've explained what we refer to as the document to be managed by cash office, the security measures they are meant to put in place in the cash office, the responsibility of the cash office. All this has been what? Clearly stated. Then we also discussed the what we mean by reconciliation. We also look at it from the format, that is, we have direct and indirect reconciliation. We also discuss that in detail. Before we had an issue with network problem. Now, however, I'm forwarding to you how to write a report. I also gave you the report format as per that last class. Now, looking at the report format, I'm sending a report to you on how to write a report that can be a guide to you. It's not compulsory to follow my what? My format, but that one should be a guide to you when you are writing your own report. Have we solved question number 3? Have I solved question number 3? If you want to talk, speak up. Let's hear you. Maybe you cannot hear me the way I'm talking.
I'm saying we haven't. Can you hear me?
Okay, now let's look at that question number 3. I've sent you the report. Check your WhatsApp, how the report should look like. But have we solved question 1 and 2? Or we have not solved any question at all? I've done vouchers too. Now, this is where we are. And I forwarded this adjustment I did to you. All the format I applied, the process I sent them to. But I wanted to know which part of the question are we solving. I also put across to you the format. Now, let's look at question 1. Can we see question 1? Have we solved this question 1? Hello? Can you all see the board?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Have we solved question 1? Look at that question 1. Have we solved it? Zulu local government. Let me confirm. Tell me if you have solved it. If you have not solved it, I can do it now. Hello?
Hello, yes, we've solved it.
We solved question. What about question 2? Igwe local government. Have we solved question 2?
Yes, we solved question 2 as well.
What about question number 3? The following transactions were recorded in the book of Samoru Housing Corporation. Have we solved something like that?
Sir.
No,
No, sir.
Okay. Now, this is where we are going to start from. Now, let's go through the question. What do they want us to do? We need to understand it. DBRA, that is Departmental Vote Revenue Allocation. Then all the entries are given. Subvention come first. We have all these. And they gave us other information. They gave us cash book balance as at 1/1/2008, also given to us at debit side. They also said the general manager, finance and administration, on getting the bank statement for the month of December, is worried that things are not well with the corporation account. He obtained the approval of management that reconciliation of the account be done by an outside consultant. You are subsequently appointed for the assignment. Your preliminary investigation revealed the following information. A 1,370 prospective land users deposited 5,000 each, while 580 deposited 10,000 each for high and low density area of the estate. B. Included in the payment for the construction of estate are various duplicated vouchers amounted to 4.5 million. The bank statement as per the bank balance as per the statement on 31st December 2008 were 9,780,300. Uncredited check amounted to 3.45 million, while the unpresented check stood at 2,168,900. There were some falsifications in the bill for the item for the provision of water. This amounted to 1.7,900,000. Then, standing order of insurance premium of 107,750,000, while bank charges and commission amounted to 72,125. They now said you are required. Who is required? The students are required. You are required to prepare necessary reconciliation that will reveal the extent of the fraud that has been committed during the year. What will you do? Looking at the solution of the question, this is it. We'll review the question together and see how it's meant to go. Because already I've solved it that very day because of the network. Now, looking at let's go to the question point. Do you have the question with you at your end there? Maybe you can see the board. Open the question at your end. Let's see how the solution goes.
Okay, sir.
Open the question, then you'll be calling. I'll be telling you the position of all the questions. The opening balance of the cash book given to you. This is the opening balance, 10,750,000. Then the receipt, under the receipt, we have subvention of 27,500,000. We have the interest from what? Investment, 1.7 million, 1,750,840. We have rent on properties, that's 5,350,750. We have ground rent of 8,400,500. We have savings deposit. We have 3,140,500. Then we have grant for construction. Construction of estate, 25 million. The total of that one is 343,065. Then under the payment, we have 80 million for personnel costs, 80 million for 400,500. We have traveling and transport, 3,500,000. We have telephone service. We have 1,200,750. We have repairs of properties. We have 2,434,125. Stationaries. We have 450,930. We have provision for water for estate, 7,150,300. We have consultancy services, 1,500,330. Training and staff development, we have 780. We have auditing and staff development. we have 750,000. Entertainment and hospitality, 250. We have construction of estate, 17 million 803 790. The construction of access road, we have 4,200,300. Addition of everything gave us what? 58,142,305. We less it from there. We have closing balance as at the end of December, 34,760,000. Then we are now meant to do the reconciliation. How do we go with the reconciliation? Now, this is the bank reconciliation statement. Now, balance as per cash book, which is the closing balance we have in the cash book we prepare. This is it. We now have add unpresented lodgement. We have the unpresented check. We have deposit for land shortfall. That's a shortage that they have in the deposit for land. Let's go and look at it. Can you read the note? Read that note. We're told that deposit for land 1,370 prospective land user deposited 5,000 naira each. 5,000 times 1,370 is meant to give us what? 685,000, 6,850,000. Then we're also told that 580 deposited 10,000 naira each for high and low density. That should give us 5,800,000. Addition of the two should give us what? 12,850,000. And the one we have in the bank statement, deposit for land in the bank statement shows what? 9,500,300. Simply means there's a shortfall. There's a shortage.
I'm not going anywhere. Let them fight sleep. This slide that is born there is doing
149,000 presented lodgement here. This we're all 0.5 million. That one is also being added. We're also told there's what we call bill falsification, the falsified bills. Addition of everything gave us 11,599,500. Under the uncredited lodgement, we have the uncredited check, we have standing order, we have bank charges and commission. When we added everything together, we have 3,620,875. When we less it from there, we have balance, expected bank balance, that the bank balance that we're supposed to have, we have 42,177,385. Out of which the actual bank balance that we have is showing 9,780,300. When we now less the bank balance we have from the expected bank balance, we are having fund missing fund 32,397,885. That is the money that is missing that they need to look for. You now meant to write a report to support this your workings, calculation you have done. What and what are you meant to do? Let's go there.
Hello, sir.
I'm with you.
Sir, I can't see your screen, sir.
You can't see the screen.
Yes, sir.
And you are not talking. Others, can you see the screen?
your screen, sir.
Eh?
I can't see it.
None of you can see the screen.
Yes, sir.
Hear that the screen is what? Your screen sharing is false. Okay. Do you understand the cash book?
No, sir.
Look at the question given to you. You were given the cash book. All the receipts are what we have here. This is the opening balance as at the beginning of the year. All the receipts are what we have here. That's why I said you should open your question. While you are looking at the board, you have the subvention, you have interest.
So your screen is not showing.
The screen is what?
It didn't show. You just show the list of files you have.
The screen is not showing.
It's showing, but it's not showing what you are talking about. It's just showing like a list of files.
Can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
What and what is it showing now from your hand?
It's showing the
It's
calculations.
Bank
Okay.
recon.
What's the name on that calculation?
Zamaro.
Okay.
Housing
Zamaro Housing
Corporation.
Corporation. Yeah.
Yes.
That is the cash book for the year ended 31st December 2008. The opening balance is given. We have the subvention, which is under receipt. We have interest from investments. We have rent on properties. We have ground rent. We have savings deposit. We have deposit for land. Deposit for land. We also have grant for construction of estate. Addition of everything gave us 92,343,065. Under the payment, we have the personnel cost, we have the traveling expenses, we have the telephone service, we have repairs of properties, we have the stationaries, we have the provision for water for estate, we have consulting services, we have training and staff development, we have auditing and staff development, entertainment and hospitality, we have construction of estate, we have construction of access road. Adding everything together, we have 58,142,305. When we add everything together and deduct it from there, we have the balance. The cash book balance shows what? 34,276,000. Then that is now what we now move to what we call bank reconciliation statement. On the bank reconciliation statement, we have the balance from the board, balance as per cash book, visit. We now say hard unpresented lodgement. We have the unpresented check. We have deposit for land shortfall. This is it. We have duplicated vouchers. This is it. We have bill falsification. We have this. Addition of this gives us 11 million. We have uncredited lodgement. We have the uncredited check, the standing order, the bank charges. Then, when we now deduct this one from the total of this, we have expected bank balance to be 42,177,385. Actual bank balance, that's 9 million. That is the one we see in the bank statement sent to us. 9,780,300. When we look for the difference, we have missing figure, missing funds of 32,379,085. That is the money missing. You are now meant to write a report to back this up, saying that what they have done, there is a word, money is missing. What and what did you do to follow this, to be able to get this? That is what the purpose of your report look like. How does that report look like? Let's go into the report writing. Is it clear now? Hello?
It's clear.
Hello, is it clear?
It's clear, sir.
It's not clear.
It's clear, sir.
Now, let's go into report writing. How does report writing look like? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, still, you also develop a template of your own in case you are seeing this kind of question and exam. Here we have waste consulting concept. 15 Odunton Street, Palm Avenue, Mushin. Telephone number, we have it here. We have email, Wasiu Yusuf 35 at yahoo.com. September 8, 2004. We have the general manager, finance and administration department, Samaru Housing Corporation. Dear Sir, Oma, report on bank reconciliation and cash book report on bank and cash book reconciliation of Samaru Housing Corporation with reference to the appointed letter received from Samaru Housing Estate for the reconciliation of their entities, bank account, and cash book on a fraudulent matter in terms of cash and bank transactions for the period of January to December 2008. We hereby review and accept the assignment being assigned to us. In the course of carrying out the assignment on the entity's record provided by the Samaru Finance and Admin Department, such as voucher booklets, receipt booklets, check book, requisition, monthly bank reconciliation, bank statements, cash book, and other related documents. After proper investigation and examination of the provided document, we have been able to reconcile the account of Samaru Housing Corporation. In the course of this assignment, we discovered the following issues: poor recording system, poor monthly reconciliation, poor internal control system, poor management control, and all difference in the expected bank balance and the actual bank balance amounted to 32,397,085. In relation to the support given to us by the bank and the staff of Samaru Housing Corporation, it is well clear that there is a lot of issue relating to finance in the organization in terms of fraud and poor accounting system, and this is having negative impact on the entity's finance operation. This simply means that there is a lot of fraud in the organization that the entity needs to pay attention to. On this note, we hereby advise the organization to carry out further investigation in order to trace those staff that are really involved in the fraud acts. The entity also needs to look inwardly in the following area in order to eliminate further reoccurrence of this situation: internal control system, accounting system, setting up of cash limit for all accounting officers, periodic check of cash book, periodic check of bank statement, monthly reconciliation. All these are necessary for the financial stability of the Samaru Housing Corporation. For more understanding and proper clarification, see the attached computation as per the reconciliation based on the available document. Thank you. Yours faithfully, Waste Consulting Concept, signature, sign, your position and name. That's all. Any other question, please?
So who is preparing this letter?
What is it?
Who is preparing the letter?
It is you that you are going to prepare the letter. You are the
I
consultant.
mean, okay.
You are the consultant that they engage to come and reconcile the account for them. After reconciliation, you have done your calculation. You will need to write up a report to give to them in order to see those
Okay.
errors and the fault that they have committed.
So the consultant doesn't mean that he also an auditor, Abby, external auditor.
As a consultant, you could be an external auditor, but internal person, if it's an internal person that has to do this, is going to prepare internal memo, not this. If you look at the material sent to you, I've done some adjustment. I've sent to you how internal memo also look like. If it is internal officer that is doing this, you are not meant to write this. It is the same information you are meant to write, but the heading will not be like that. Let me show you internal memo, how it looks like. The same body of the letter, but the memo, how the memo structure looks like. Now, see, this is what they call internal memo. Can you see it?
No, sir.
Can you see the internal? This is how internal memos look like. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you see it now?
Yes,
Internal
sir.
memo to that senior officer from that junior officer, the name of that junior officer and his position will be there. You look at the date, the title of what you are doing. Dear sir, all the same thing we have done there will also be there. But this is the structure of internal memo. It's different from the formal letter. Look at the formal letter. I also put it there. Look at it. This is what it look like. Waste and Co. Number 15, or don't construct this and that. I gave you the details. Then the date, the organization, everything is been detailed there. You will see it in your material. Any question? Any question, please?
No, sir. No, sir.
Any question?
No, sir.
Absent of no question, I will forward this one to you. The topic we're supposed to take after this is called accounting for parastatals. But before we take accounting for parastatals, we need to have an idea of how to adjust the notes and other related policy, accounting policy, and other things that needs to be known. As a result of that, we need to discuss some of the IFSAs, that is International Public Sector Accounting Standard. About 5 or 7 of the IFSAs needs to be discussed before we go back to that area again. Now, IFSA 1 is necessary, 2 is necessary. Are you with me? IFSA 4 is also necessary. We also have the IFSA 17, we have IFSA 13. All those ones, we need to discuss them before we go back to where we are coming from. Are you with me? Now, I will also open that part of that IFSAs to discuss with you. Maybe we can discuss the IFSA 1 before it's going to get to 9:30 or 9 o'clock. Before we call it, you can have an idea of how the whole thing needs to be structured. Now, let's look at part of the IFSAs. Now, this is IFSA. We'll group it into 2. We have A and C. That is the aspect I'm handling. Where I'm going to look into IFSA 1, IFSA 2, IFSA 3, IFSA 4, 11, 12, 13, and 14. I will also look into the group B. This is group A, where I'm going to look at some. For those ones that are necessary. Some are for Mr. Idris on this part. Are you with me? Now, the International Public Sector Accounting Standard is a board of IFAC, that is International Financial Accounting Committee, formed to develop and issue under its own authority, International Public Sector Accounting Standard. That is, what is the objective? Is to serve as the public interest to develop high quality public sector financial report standard. That is for the public sector. And the due process are also being there that they are meant to follow. Study of the international accounting requirements, consideration of the pronouncement issue by the National Accounting Standard Board. We also have national standard setters, that is regulatory body. Then we also have the financial accounting bodies. We have other organizations. All these are part of what we need to have an understanding of. Then, looking at it, what is the purpose of IPSA 1? That is presentation of financial report. Preparation and presentation of financial report. The aim of this standard is to prescribe the format in which general purpose financial statement should be presented. Now, what are the components of financial statement? We have statement of financial position, statement of financial performance, statement of change in net asset or equity, then statement, a cash flow statement, explanatory notes to the account, and a statement of accounting policy, making 6. These are the components of financial statement that you need to have an idea of. And when you look at the statement of financial position, we have what we call property, plant, and equipment, that is non-current assets. We have the investment properties. We have what we call intangible assets, such as goodwill. We have what we call financial assets, excluding amount under the EGIH. We'll discuss that later. Then, investment accounted for using equity. We also have receivable from exchange transaction. We have cash and cash equivalent. We have tax and transfer payable. We have payable under the exchange transaction. We have the provision. We have the financial liability, excluding the amount showing in year and time. All these are what form a component of financial statement of financial. As statement of financial performance is concerned, we have the element of revenue, we have the element of finance costs, we have the share of surplus or deficit where necessary. We also have pre-tax gain and others. We have the surplus and deficit summary of it. Then looking how it's meant to look like, we have the assets. If you are preparing on cash basis. Now, let me also analyze this. Financial statement can be prepared in 2 ways in public sector. We can prepare it in terms of cash basis and accrual basis. If we are using hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now,
Yes, sir.
that is how we operate under what? Statement of financial performance. When we look at the operating revenue, we look at the tax, that is all the income, depending on the tiers of government you are preparing its account or the parastatals. Do you understand? We don't have a particular format, but the nature of the organization or that particular tiers of government you are preparing its account will determine how it goes. That is how it normally goes along with it. Depending how the organizations do like. Any question? Then the next one is what we call, we don't have special calculation under that, but we are all doing what I explained just now. We use it in those areas we are going into. Do you understand? And we are still going to discuss some areas relating to non-controlling interest when we get to 27. Now, looking at it from here, we have cash flow, that is IPSA 3. When we look at it from the cash flow, I will need to forward you the format because the format is not here. Because I've done for the class, I also need to do for you. I cannot just do it without taking into consideration how it look like. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
When we look at cash flow, what is cash flow? Cash flow is a statement prepared in order to determine the inflow and the outflow. This is in line with International Accounting Standard 7. It's in line with International Accounting Standard 7. This so-called cash flow has components. What are the components of cash flow? Cash flow has three components. We have what we call cash flow, or cash flow from operating side. What do you call it? Operating activity. We have the apart from operating activity, we also have investing activity, and we have the financing activity. These are the three components of cash flow. When it comes to operating activity, these are related income or revenue and expenditure that are meant to be carried out on a periodic basis. Now, under this operating aspect, let's look at it. It said cash flow from operating activity in a public sector entity are indicator of the extent to which entity is financed by tax or sales of goods or service. Example of such, we have cash received from tax, levies, and fine, cash received from sales goods or provision of service by the entity. We have cash received from the grant or transfer, other appropriation, that is when government issue appropriation, payment to suppliers for goods and services, payment to other public sector. We have cash received from the royalty, fee, commission, and thereabout. All these are what make up statutory allocation from the staff salary. From the other hand, which is what activity. This relates to the what acquisition of what materials. Action of assets or disposal of assets or return on what investment, depending on how it look like. Those are the ones you can see under the investment. While under the finance, we talk of the loan receipts, loan repayment. We talk of overdrafts collected by the entity, and at the same time, we also talked about the loan repayment or loan issue. All these are under finance. Capital grant. But when you have a recurrent grant, that one will fall under operating. But capital grant will fall under what? Finance. Now, we have two methods of preparing cash flow. We have the direct method and we have what? Indirect method. For the direct method, we consider cash basis in preparing the financial report. And as a result of that, what you wanted to consider also, you also consider only the cash item you have received or make payments with. That is what you are going to see under the direct method. But when it comes to indirect method, we use a accrual basis where we compare the 2 years of the accounts. But time is not on our side as this one is concerned. When we are meant to solve question on this part, I will need to forward this. This note is with you already. Go and read the part. I will now forward the format to you on your platform to see how cash flow format look like together with all these notes. Then that will be a guide. In our next class, we need to solve question on that what cash flow for us to have a better understanding of what that cash flow is all about, both using direct method and indirect method. Any questions?